I'd like to talk to you about a sales technique that is very helpful once you've identified that the customer has a desired future state that they want to achieve, and that you're going to serve as the stepping stone for them to go from where they are today to that future state. The technique is to quantify the cost of the gap that they're currently experiencing. For the benefits that they want to achieve in the future, there has to be a reason why, and usually for customers, it's to eliminate inefficiencies or costs out of their organization, or to increase productivity, yield, or some other gain. There's always a negative they want less of, or a positive that they would like more of. Your job as a salesperson is to quantify and put some measurement around exactly what that looks like. But why would you want to do that? Well, cast your mind forward into the tail end of the sale, which is where most objections occur, particularly objections around pricing, where the customer will say, "Oh, you're just too expensive," or "Oh, it's more than we wanted to spend." And you find yourself facing a price objection where the customer is saying, "If you give me a discount, maybe we can do business." Millions of pounds, dollars, and euros are wiped off of companies' profit sheets every year as a result of discounting. And it's unnecessary if you focus the customer on the cost of what your solution is going to avoid. The benefit of your solution is that it's going to help them bridge that gap between their current state and their future desired state. So the key here is to have them focus on what is that worth to them. Do this early in the sale as ammunition you can put in your bag to bring out later in the sale if they raise a price objection. They may say, "Oh, your cost is too much." Compared to what? We're going to eliminate the problem that you have. We're going to help you achieve this window of opportunity for growth that you've identified. And to your company, that's worth hundreds of thousands or millions of pounds, dollars, or euros. And my solution is too much for that benefit? It all comes down to whether we're selling a product based on price or whether we're selling a solution based on value. Those discussions will be had later in the sale, but in the early part of the sale, your role as a salesperson is to quantify what is the cost of the gap. What does that mean to the customer? And how big is that? Ask them for specific metrics, such as how long has this been going on for? How quickly do you need it solved? What would the benefit of that be to you and to your department? Specifically, what functions will be improved and by how much? How is this going to affect your balance sheet or your profit and loss? You can ask these questions and the customer will always have some idea of what these measurements are. Grab this information. It's absolute gold because you need this later in the sale for when you bring together your value proposition. That value proposition will focus not just on your price, but it will focus on what your solution does for the customer. It helps them achieve hundreds of thousands or millions of pounds, dollars, or euros in greater efficiency, in greater market share, in whatever it is that you've identified the customer wants to achieve. That's the value of your solution. And as long as the price of your solution is less than the benefit that they're going to gain as a result of investing in it, you're in a strong position to negotiate no discount at all. The top sellers in the world don't need to discount because the value of what they're bringing is so clearly apparent and agreed with the customer. But they don't wait until the end of the sale to get that value discussed. They identify that value up front. Then they really know, A, the customer is really keen on achieving that output, and B, they have the ability to deliver that. Focus on that and you'll sell more with fewer price objections.